Good morning, everybody. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you to the Miller Center. I'd like to tell you a story about a school in Cape Town, Manyano High, in the slums of Cape Town. 1,200 enrolled learners, like most dysfunctional schools in South Africa. It has a 50% dropout rate. Of those that get to high school, 60% fail. This school was engulfed in a culture of violence and drugs. Kids were stoned in class. There were weapons in the toilets. The principal invited the police to come and help. They said, sorry, there's nothing we can do. It's over to you. There were 4 students killed in 2013. She was thinking of closing the school. And she read, and I would ask you, who could fix this problem? How long would it take and how much money would they need? There are a couple of NGOs and agencies that have walked away from this one shaking their heads. She read about us and enrolled. She submitted a bid and won the right to participate in our program. She, 2 deputies, and 12 sophomores, including some of the gang leaders, which we insist on, participated in our program, which is 500 hours of touch time. 25% of the time is engaging stakeholders, planning and getting ready for change. 6 days of residential training, and then development, support, and action over 18 months. The gang leaders went back to school, joined the groups that had been killing each other, campaigned tirelessly to eliminate violence, drove uniform compliance, started tutoring the lower grades. In 18 months, not a single incident of violence was reported in the school. The graduation rate of the seniors went up to 84%, and they won the Premier's Award for the most improved school. Now, what makes us different? We call it the catalysts that generate a multiplier effect. That's how 12 young sophomores can generate a change in a school to produce 100 additional senior graduates, impacting the lives of 1,200 learners and students in the school. Similar programs cost 10 times as much. We also treat young people differently. Most organizations think they're half-empty glasses of water. They require adult affirmation and experience to be made whole. We have a different approach. We tell these young people that they've got greatness and leadership in them, and they're more like a can of soda where you just got to shake it up and release the cap. We put young people at the center of education change. We make them the solution, not the problem to be solved. And how does it happen? It starts with the individual. Values are the foundation for character, which leads to leadership. They lead change in their own lives. They become catalysts for change. They inspire their siblings and their peers. They form groups that become catalysts for mobilization in the school. The school embraces youth engagement as a vital aspect of school improvement, and they start mobilizing other schools. This is a formula for large-scale systemic change. Now, in South Africa, we face a systemic crisis. There are 6,000 secondary schools. 80% of them are dysfunctional by the admission of the Department of Education. They have a 50% dropout rate. 30% of the girls get pregnant, and most of them never go back to school. There's 17 million young South Africans being served by this system. 70% of them fail to graduate, and there's 67% unemployment rate amongst the youth. This is a national catastrophe, a waste of human potential, and it demands a systemic solution. So what have we done about it? And 30% of the prison population is young people. What have we done about it? From a one-man band, 6 years ago, we've established a national footprint. We're engaged in 63 schools. Our current run rate is 1,100 leaders a year. Since inception, we've developed 2,700 in 80 schools. And what does the research show? 95% of these individuals experience sustained behavior change. Once you've got a moral compass of values, you will be never the same again. We asked the principals, because we thought, is this Manyano thing a flash in the pan? 100% of them reported a major improvement in the culture of learning in the school. 90% said their lives were easier and the lives of their educators. And 100% said it was empowering, they would recommend it to other schools. We decided to ask the community. We researched 75 households of young people that had been through our program 2 years ago. 95% confirmed sustained behavior change. 100% confirmed improved relationships with adults. Now, a lot of you would have teenage kids and know that they're grumpy and horizontal most of the time. 92% had positive feedback from the community. Now, the amazing thing is 93% of adults confirmed their own behavior had changed in reciprocation. And 89% were more involved in the school life of their children. This is very significant. We are moving schools to being centers of social development, not islands of irrelevance. What we would like to do is invest in the organizational capacity of our organization so that we can reach 180 schools from the current rate of 63. We would like to improve the depth of our program, the quality of our program, so that we can, by investing in technology, our own facilities, and our alumni, so that we can get the unfit schools up to the level of the fit schools and be able to exit those schools with self-sustaining change after 5 years. Our operating costs will naturally go up in the short term. We need a grant of $1.6 million to fund this. But the cost of our program over the increased number of graduates in those schools will drop from $8,000 to $1,500. This is the team that is passionate about creating a national movement of responsible leaders. If you feel inspired to join us and develop thousands of future Nelson Mandelas to generate a huge social return on investment and contribute $17 million to the numbers of GSBI, we'd welcome you aboard. Thank you.